Another dangerous one. It's 3 lands, so that's not too bad, and I will always keep that. But it's got no red lands, so if I don't draw a mountain now, I'm stalling myself out. Basically, while I'm learning the game, I've gone with the rule of... Oh, there we go, mountain. Beautiful. While I'm learning the game, I've gone with the rule of just, like, never mulligan unless the hand is clearly bad. Because I don't know... I don't know the game well enough to be confident that I'm mulliganing at the right times. If I had a 2 mana, like 3/1 with Mentor, I don't think you can get that. I think that's too strong, but that would be so dope to go along with this guy. Okay. Either Guildmage or Vindicator. I do not have anyone with Mentor down, and therefore it's Vindicator. Kind of cool though, like 6 mana, deal 3 damage to each opponent. Oh, it's only to their face though. Okay, it's not as great as I thought. It's still okay. What's his lands look like? That's cool. I like that. That looks like that looks eerily like the underground place in Dark Souls, the original. That's pretty cool. That looks like something from World of Warcraft. Oh, that's very good for a lake/swamp. That looks like something from World of Warcraft as well. That looks like from the second Blood Elf area, whatever that's called. He cannot attack or block unless you have 4 or more cards in hand. Attack with both of those and he could block and kill this, so I'm only going with the flying. That's one of the like simplest, most core design changes, but actually has a huge effect on the game. Is the whole the way you don't choose who you attack face, and then the defender gets to choose. Okay, so this guy's setting up a lot of stuff that in the future will be really strong, but right now is not really strong. Okay. I still don't have a mentor for this. I've got a mentor now, obviously, but... This is how a lot of games in this game go, though. Is that, like, some games like tit for tat, like you're just killing him, killing that sort of thing. But then some games you just get to this point where both players are just building up their thing. This is annoying though that he's got all these cards now. Okay. Oh. Okay, that changes everything. Okay, he can block. Fuck. Is there an equivalent to taunt? Yeah. I can't remember what it is, or if it like has a name. I think it does. There's a couple of different sort of types of taunt. Like There's a couple of different rules you can get about how it can work. How do I do this? I could deal I could just deal 3 damage to him. Can I use this on my turn? Can I activate his ability on my turn and then just fuck his gargoyle, maybe? Because when I thought he was going to be... So, he can't attack unless defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. Can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in hand. So I could just do this and just force him to block with the big boy. Or take 4 damage. I think that's my only real way to do this right now, which is annoying. I would have liked to attack with both of these to buff up the guild mage, but then he could just take out the guild mage. That's light as if I can trigger on it, but I don't think I can, yeah. So at least he takes 3 damage in the that many damage in the face. Actually, do I blast him now? I don't think I do. I don't think I blast him quite yet. He's gonna use this and summon it or something, isn't it? Or oh, he has to exile summon and then do something else. Okay. Planeswalkers are weird as well. Planeswalkers are like, they're like halfway between like a creature card and another hero. Like most spells that will affect your hero will affect the creature as well. Okay, now he's got enough devotion to blue to have this lady out, which is scary as well. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have done that rather than summoning him, but still, then, like... He doesn't have anything that can block this and kill it or survive or whatever. He has to block it with something, so at least I'm clearing his board a little bit. Okay, so he's gonna fully all in on getting this out. Oh yeah, because he has double strikes, and the first hit counts as first strike. That's hilarious. Okay, if I can find anything that can deal 1 to his face for free, like if I get that, if I draw one of those flying guys with Rush, or one of those who just got discarded, if I draw one of those, then I just win the game. There's a couple other cards I might have. Oh no, he's done it. And now it's my turn and I can't draw anything, so I lose. Holy. Yeah, that was close though. That was like a race against time, because I do 3 damage to him guaranteed next turn. So it was just a it was just a story of could he kill me in the next turn, which he could. So fair enough. Fair enough. That's another good thing about this game compared to like Hearthstone. In Hearthstone, I feel like someone feels shit every game. But in this game, you can have games like that where like both of our decks worked perfectly that game. Both of our decks were doing its thing. Both of us had our win condition in sight a few turns away. And then it was just about who gets their win condition first rather than like, I got tempo early game. Yeah, it's because it's like so heavily about tempo, so it's like... Do I do that and just get this out immediately? Yeah, I think I do. Hearthstone's so much about tempo that if you start to get an advantage, it's so much about board advantage. You start to get board advantage, that will snowball. Whereas in this, like, stuff like there's so much really strong removal and control cards in this game that board advantage doesn't start to mean much. Like, it can mean much. If you the red-blue deck I play, really bad at dealing with wide boards. Or is it? No, that one's... it's really bad at dealing with stacked monsters, that one. There's another deck I play that's really bad at dealing with wide boards. But unless a deck is bad at dealing with those things, it's actually fine. This is actually a pretty good start for me, though. Got plenty of land. He's a 5 power mentor, which is nuts. So he can start buffing up my Boris Challenger. And then I can get this Swath Cutter out as well. Pacifism, nah, okay. That's a good... It's a strong counter. I miscounted. So he's just gonna spend all my mana to buff himself. And then punch him in the face for free fall. It's the same reason I used to prefer Yu-Gi-Oh to Hearthstone. Is that it's again because especially Duel Links, because it uses like a short format Yu-Gi-Oh thing. It's all about combos, and so it's, you know, it's about dealing with each other's combos and trying to get your combo out first and disrupt his and stuff. So it's not just about getting presence and then overpowering people. Get the big boy out. What does this guy do? Enters the battlefield. Okay, so that's fine. That's not scary. I'm not going to bother attacking because he'll just block. I think it's annoying. Okay, it's fine. See, cards like that. Free mana, destroy any creature or enchantment. Things like that are what makes like board presence not just monstrous in this game. You gain 1 life? Interesting. So why did he do that? Okay. So Blade Instructor next turn might be able to buff Boros. Although it's very likely that I'll die if I do that. Okay, he's going to attack again, so they only have the Healer's Hawk to defend, which means this seems like overkill. But it's not, because that leads to this working and not losing my Blade Instructor. Makes him a 3/4, which means Boris Challenger is now beefy. Oh yeah, this is a whole other type of card in this game as well. So on its first turn of being played, it does 1, and then it does 2, and then it does 3, and there can be different ones. So this guy's just fully absolutely smashing. So I'm gonna say no to Imp. Goodbye. Then if I make this guy 4/3, and this is where this gets real good, he's now higher than these guys, so he can mentor one of these. And now this is higher than him, so they can mentor him, and it can just start snowballing and just scaling big. So that was a good play, getting one of my bigger out, because that delays my scaling by probably 2 turns. Because she was going to buff Boros, and Boros was going to buff this smaller one. She gets 3/0 and first strike. Okay. So, activate ability. And then do I Luminous Bonds him? Because he's going to block that with that and that with that, maybe. That won't kill that because it's going to get buffed. So whichever he blocks if he dies. If I Luminous Bonds, then I only get 1 blocked, so I guaranteed deal 4, or 3 probably. If I Sure Strike... So I'm going to attack with both, and my hope is that he doesn't want to dump both his creatures, and that he'll block my... I'd assume he'd block like Boros with the wall or something. And then save the Soulmender maybe. And then, because this is instant, if he chooses not to block both, I win this turn. If he chooses to block both, then he saves himself, but I'd probably kill him next turn, so I win because he didn't block both. Perfect.